Howdy, your tube. Question everything here. Formerly known as the Watchman. For those of y'all who still call me the Watchman, I don't care. But now check this out. Here since January, I've been doing this, stumbled across something and been doing some investigating of my own. Flat Earth theory. That we really don't live on a ball. And a lot of the evidence is overwhelming, suggesting that this may actually be a flat table we live on. It's crazy. And like, there's no evidence that proves it's a ball, but there's a lot of evidence that suggests that it's flat. I don't know, it's crazy. But now during this research of my own, I stumbled across the Challenger disaster back in 1986. And found something, and this is old news, but it's new to me, so therefore it's new. I've come across some things that suggest that these astronauts may actually be alive. Now, a lot of the younger generations, when this occurred, they wouldn't, they don't have a clue. But a lot of you old timers that were here, I want you to take a look at something and listen to a few things. Now, there's a lot more information out there on our internet. As I always say, it's incumbent upon you to do your own research if you care to, if that's what you want to do. If you don't, fine. But just don't take my word for it. I've always said that in everything I've done. Do not just take my word for it. But I do find... Oh, hold on, I'm trying to get something set up. What is going on? Something set up here. Okay. But now, I mean, in tandem with this, here recently it has come up that, it's coming out that Apollo 11 was actually faked. And NASA has been doing, NASHOs have been doing a lot of damage control. And even with this flat earth theory stuff, NASA and other people in places, they've been doing a lot of damage control. It's just a matter of time before this boiling pot boils over or this pressure cooker explodes. They've been hiding and lying to us forever. It's coming to a head. A lot of necks are going to roll, heads are going to roll. Because the awakening has happened. I just hope you're a part of that wake up to the craziness of this place, the intentional craziness, the sociopaths that are in charge. Now, coming up, for those who don't know, before your time, is a photo of the astronauts at the time of this supposed disaster. And here we go. That's what they look like. All 7 of them.
Fast.
Like I said, there's
It's
evidence
bang,
that
and then it's a 2-minute
6 of
ride
them are
down.
alive. They don't know what number 7 is.
You're
So we have a
conscious, we know
problem.
that.
Astronaut Story Musgrave
Well, I
told me
showed
the
you what
crew
I'm gonna show
survived
you.
in that white cloud.
But now I
It
want
was
you to listen
Challenger's
to a
fuel
clip
tank
real
that
quick.
exploded. The shuttle
Very short.
itself
Well, I
just broke
pulled out a
apart.
segment
The
of it
crew
that I felt
compartment with its
pertinent.
7 living
Listen
occupants
very
was
closely to
intact.
what this
The
guy
initial
says.
path of the crew cabin from the vapor cloud carried it across the path of an adjacent contrail, clearly revealing its truncated form and attitude. The left wing became visible at 78.531 seconds. The main engines and crew cabin are also identifiable.
It took 2 minutes and 45 seconds for the crew cabin to hit the water. The impact speed was 207 miles an hour. A NASA statement released after the accident reads, "The forces to which the crew were exposed during orbiter breakup were probably not sufficient to cause death or serious injury." And later, NASA is unable to determine positively the cause of death of the Challenger astronauts, but has established that it is possible but not certain that the loss of consciousness did occur in the seconds following the orbiter breakup. Musgrave, who is a medical doctor and surgeon, is quite certain.
You died when you hit the water. You know that.
You think so? That's always
I know,
been
sir.
controversial.
I don't know, sir. There's nothing controversial about that. No. It's hard evidence. Yeah, he died when you hit the water.
At the bottom of the ocean, investigators found that some of the crew's emergency oxygen masks had been turned on. Said another astronaut, Scobie fought for any and every edge to survive. He flew that ship without wings all the way down. They were alive.
You could have lost consciousness at that altitude if it depressurized for a little while, but then, no. There's all kinds of evidence that you died when you hit the water.
Yeah, whatever. Now, a lot of you that do this research know that they probably weren't on that shuttle anyway, because if there is no outer space to go to, they weren't on it. So that's NASA doing a lot of damage control. Now, this is one of the astronauts. When I look at this guy's face, the young version and the old version, features do change, but some don't. Look at the teeth here. Look at the crow's feet. Look at the ear. Parts of the ear. Some things on the human body is a fingerprint. Very identifiable. I'm even looking at the neck, the way he holds his face, or holds his head. My own personal opinion is not your opinion. That's him. He's alive, doing fine. He's eating well. Now this woman, I look at her, I look at the nose, the neck, the eyes, cheeks. My own personal opinion, that's her. She's alive and well. She's aged nicely. Doing well. Now, Judith Resnick, another one of the astronauts, that was McAuliffe that you just saw. I think that was one that was the teacher. Sorry about that hiccup in filming. Keep saying camera not connected and it cuts me off for some reason. Where was I? Okay, Resnick. When I look at her, or this particular photo, look at the mouth. That little dip on the side of her lip there, the way she holds them out. Nose. That's her. This astronaut is alive and well. Ain't died no crash. My opinion, and I know some of y'all out there, oh, they're dead, you're crazy. Whatever. Like I say, it's my opinion. You don't do your own research. Feel what you want to feel. Don't get me started on you. Now the next one is her again, and I look at the hand gestures, facial expression, young version, old version, older version. Just my personal opinion, that's her. Still alive and kicking, doing well. Professor Resnick. Still getting paid by NASA, I'm sure. Why more people don't recognize these astronauts out there in the world, I don't know. That shows you how... Oh, never mind. Y'all know me. Now this astronaut, that's a dead giveaway. Just look, this smile. Teeth, eyes. He's alive and well. Another professor. Man. But nobody recognizes these people. That's the crazy part about it. They'll walk right past you at Starbucks, and people are clueless that this is a dead astronaut you're standing next to. Hey, how you doing? Oh, I'm doing well. Crazy, crazy world we live in. A world of deceit. Now the next astronaut, dead giveaway. Look at the eyes. Position of the eyes. It's him. The brow ridge. That one fold right above the brow ridge. That's him. I'm sorry. That's him. Young him, older him, alive him. I tell you, the rabbit hole is deeper than I imagined. I knew it was deep, but oh my, this rabbit hole is crazy, man. Now this one, ooh, this is called a diastony. That's supposed to be a younger him and his brother. Now I've looked into this, and apparently somebody did some birth record research. They can't find any Carl anywhere. So unless the accident caused that or whatever, the jury's out on this one except for the eyes. The pose, the head. The eyes are the giveaway on this one for me. I think it could possibly be him. So let's see what Putin has to say about it. You know, they were in on it, but the Russians backed out. They said, oh, we ain't doing this no more. We ain't going to fake the moon anymore. Here's why. One of the reasons. To fund a corrupt government, a corrupt system. Anyway, that's the long and the short of it. But now, like I always say, do your own research, folks. That's what my research has led me to, and I just thought I would share it. I know I'm going to get thumbs up. I'm going to get thumbs down. For the thumbs down, I don't care. I'm not going to lose any sleep over it. It just shows to me that you're either a shield, a troll. You're so mind-numbed that you want to even open your mind to the possibility that our government is lying to us. NASA has been lying to us. Do your own research. Draw your own conclusions. I've always maintained that in everything I've said and done. It's just crazy. I'm not quite prepared to do a at-length flat Earth discussion because that's whew. I mean, just looking outside. After reviewing all the evidence, and there's one guy in particular that I like. His name is Eric Dubay. He seems to be the most on point, the most serious about it. There's a lot of other ones out there that are in the flat Earth movement, but they're probably paid opposition because they don't take things quite as seriously. Some things are a joke. They give you half answers. But I suggest that all of you check out Eric Dubay. Yeah, that's what I suggest. Took me a while to even find him. I went through a lot of other ones and I've discovered that they just ain't too serious about it. Eric Dubay has a lot of evidence. It's overwhelming. It's challenged my system of training, indoctrination into the system. I mean, like what? See, I didn't want to go into this stuff. Because there's no way you can learn about this flat Earth stuff in a day or in 10 minutes. Like I said, I've been at it since January, and it's now, I don't know, what is it? Almost May. It's like we're halfway through April, something like that. And I'm still going at it. But it is something. It is something worth looking into. I suggest that you all do it. Maybe a part of the awakening. We're going to shake the foundations of the system. They're going to crash and burn when the masses rise up and say, we've had enough. But I guess that's why they got all these FEMA camps, to round up these people. You know, going to put everybody that wants truth on lockdown and let all their good sheep, their mindless sheep, run free. Sad, sad state of affairs. And the whole planet's in on it. I mean, every country. I used to think it was like the Russians against the United States, North Korea, South Korea, Japan, China. They are all in this stuff. It's a big show, a planetary play. Only person is missing is Shakespeare, so he can put some eloquent words in there. Doth hither and all that whatever. I know that wasn't even Shakespeare, but I think you get my point. Theater in the round, theater in the fake round planet. Even the word planet, I was looking at that. Plane, Plane, and they just threw a letter T on the end of it. Planet. And a lot of you out there have probably come across Crow 777, who has been doing some in-depth research regarding the moon wave. I say to those of you who thumbs down that individual, you ain't wrapped too tight. Because I have seen the moon wave myself and have documented it. In fact, I gave that documentation to Crow 777. Mine wasn't as clear as his because I wasn't looking for it. I was just doing some willy-nilly observations of the moon one night. Then I saw these 3 waves come across. I'm like, whoa, what is that? Then I found Crow later, like a year later, Crow 777. Now I wasn't the only one. Now there are more people. It's probably a handful. Out there, there's even 5 people. I'm going to say maybe 3 or 4, maybe 5, that have actually documented that moon wave, that have seen it with their own eyes. So for those of you who think Crow is crazy, then I guess you think I'm crazy. But it's a real event. I don't know what it is, but it is real. I have seen it. In fact, I think that video is still on my page. It's not clear, but if you pay attention and look really hard, you'll see the waves. 3 of them come across. Anyway, I'm off on a tangent talking about that. But anyway, that's a plug for you, Carl. I guess I've said enough. Because you know me, I start talking about one thing and I'll end up talking about 10 other different things. But anyway, back to the main point. These astronauts that are supposed to be dead may very well be alive at a Starbucks near you. This has been Question Everything, formerly The Watchman. You all have a good day. Do your own freaking research. Don't just rely on people like me and others. Bye. Love you all.